nation. We appreciate you. Biafra, appreciate you. We salute you. Biafra, they salute you. We appreciate you. Biafra, appreciate you. We salute you. Biafra, they salute you. Cabinet members, Kanu, media people, GCK. Deep down our heart, yo. Biafra, GCK. We are proud of you. We are very, very grateful, GCK. We cannot forget all your sacrifice, GCK. We appreciate you. Biafra, appreciate you. We salute you. Biafra, we salute you. We appreciate you. Biafra, appreciate you. We salute you. Biafra, we salute you.
It's Black Star Bitch.
They're going to Nambana Pusyoko. Yo, yo, yo. Biafra Liberation Army. Biafra Defense Force. Biafra Marino. Biafra Nationaly. Omunikwe Battalion. Nini Nene Chekwa Bodanyo. We cannot forget all your sacrifice. Napanyagi Kositi. Bikata Namba. We appreciate you. Biafra, appreciate you. We salute you. Biafra, we salute you. We appreciate you. Biafra, appreciate you. We salute you. Biafra, we salute you. Biafra is here. Special thanks to Mercy Simon, the Prime Minister.
What does Biafra mean?
It means freedom, liberty, fairness, equity, and justice.
In practical terms, these are very good sounding words, but in practical terms, what does Biafra mean?
Confederation.
So, a weak center,
very weak,
very strong regions.
Absolutely.
Have you had a change of mind, therefore, about getting an independent Biafra? Because that's what I seem to be hearing.
No, I've not changed my mind, no. An independent Biafra means going back to the way we were before the white man came.
Okay, so you're not talking about a federation when you say a confederation. You're not talking about a federation as part of Nigeria. You're talking about total independence.
Absolute independence.
Complete independence. Now, is there anything that can happen that will make you change your mind about this particular direction?
No.
So it is either Biafra or nothing else?
Or death, yes.
Or death?
That's good.
If push comes to shove,
yes,
will you go to war?
No, because truth is a far more potent and deadlier weapon than bullets and mortars.
So truth. No war? You've ruled out the...
Absolutely, I don't believe in war, no. No war. When I say Biafra or death, I'll keep pushing. Either I am alive, I die in the process, I won't stop. Allow me to repeat, if you don't mind. Had sovereign national conference been convened by the powers that be, where every ethnic nation, I said every, I don't care if there are 600, I don't care. Everyone is
all the 500 plus.
Everyone together to say, this is all, others can delegate, I don't know, powers to other people to attend on their behalf. Sit down to say, what type of country do we want? Sit down, discuss, agree. I can begin to perhaps submit to your position. Is it too late? It is way too late. They've killed too many people. They've ruined too many lives. They've wasted too many souls. How do we bring those people back? If the federal government, given the agitation that is going on, becomes convinced that, you know what, these people have a point, it is time to actually address all these issues, and they begin to systematically address some of these issues, would you change your mind? No, because of the deceptions of the past. No trust? No trust. Aburi was there, it was negotiated. Nothing happened. 1968, if I recall. And the confab report, what became of it? How about the 3 R's? Reconciliation, reconstruction, and heaven knows what else. What became of them? Nothing. Calabar seaport is not working. Can you tell me why it's not working? It's a seaport. used by the colonial masters. Why is it not working today? How about Iguacha seaport? Why is it not being used? Why not worry? Why must we allow only Lagos to function as a viable seaport? In England, where I used to live, you had Liverpool, you had this Solent, which is Portsmouth, you had Southampton, everywhere. You had harbors and ports. So why must you have only one?
I've heard people say these are very valid arguments, and that these are things that are to do with bad governance. So the average Biafran, to use your phrase, or Igbo man in the Igbo, is facing poverty much in the same way that the average guy in Yobe State is facing poverty. And so these are issues of governance. You don't agree with that?
I agree completely.
Okay. So if that is it, why isn't the agitation about tackling the problem, which is ensuring good governance, perhaps starting from locally? Because part of the allegations against you is that you don't confront your political leaders in the East, and you'd like to blame Abuja for everything.
Because the way I would want to solve a problem is not how a Fulani man would want to solve it.
You really believe this is an ethnic thing, and the approach is different?
No, the approach is different. No, it's not ethnic. It is more to do with value system.
Right.
The way you may want to solve a problem could be markedly different from how I do mine.
What is the geographical makeup of Biafra, as far as you are concerned, this Biafra that you want? So, for example, if we're doing a referendum, where will that referendum take place? Is it only the 5?
It's on, no.
It's okay.
It's on, which is River State, Bayelsa, Delta, Anambra, Imo, Enugu, Ebonyi, Cross River.
Akwa Ibom?
And Akwa Ibom, of course.
Right.
Those are the coasters. Basically,
Bayelsa?
Yes. Southeast and South-South without Edo State.
Without Edo State.
That's correct. And then including Igede, Idoma.
Right, the Benues. So the Igalas and part of the Kogi,
yes.
Kogi State, right?
Yeah.
Nyesom Wike, the governor of Anambra, sorry, the governor of River State, made a statement, I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, and said, you know, you should not be including River State and the River people.
Not him. I can't decide for Biafrans. You have to go and vote and convince the whole world that they want Biafra. It's not for instance, it's only one man, one vote.
What if they're not even willing to take part in the referendum? Because I've had people from the South, for example, from Bayelsa. I've had people from Cross River. I think there's a famous actress, Kate Henshaw, for example, wrote a long piece about why people of the South don't want to be dragged into a place called Biafra. You're saying, regardless of what they say, you want a referendum in those parts?
Because I know the majority of the people want a referendum. I was in Iguacha yesterday.
How do you know?
I was there yesterday. I was in Iguacha yesterday. You call Port Harcourt. I was there yesterday. I should have been there to see what happened.
Now,
they were delighted to see me. I'm sure you know that. It's all over the place. They're very happy to see me. I bet Kate Henshaw wouldn't get such reception. Where she
a big popular Nollywood actress. I wouldn't necessarily.
I'm telling you, if I go to her village, people will turn out to see me more than turn out to see her.
Biafra Republic!
Na-eme n'ụbọchị nketa obodo ekwensu bụ zoo Nigeria. Lekwa Nigeria ma dọsa ya Chineke nna dị ngozi. Onye ọbụla na-ekpe ekpere ka Nigeria wee wuru ofu nna nke Brgie ndị dị etu a wee laa ha n'iyi. Chineke nna kiwe biko bịa ka iwe kpọọ ha ọkụ. Kpọọ ha ọkụ kpọọ ezinụlọ ha ọkụ. Ka ha ra agbanyeghị ndị ha bụ ọbụla dị ndị ụkọchukwu onye ọbụla mehụrụ ọnụ ma kulie wee sị na ọ ga-adịrị Nigeria na mma, ọ ga-adịrị onye ahụ na mma na ezinụlọ na mma site gosi wee na-eme n'ụbọchị nketa obodo ekwensu bụ zoo Nigeria. Lekwa Nigeria ma dọsa ya Chineke nna dị ngozi. Onye ọbụla na-ekpe ekpere ka Nigeria wee wuru ofu nna nke Brgie ndị dị etu a wee laa ha n'iyi. Chineke nna kiwe biko bịa ka iwe kpọọ ha ọkụ. Kpọọ ha ọkụ kpọọ ezinụlọ ha ọkụ. Ka ha ra agbanyeghị ndị ha bụ ọbụla dị ndị ụkọchukwu onye ọbụla mehụrụ ọnụ ma kulie wee sị na ọ ga-adịrị Nigeria na mma, ọ ga
Thank you for joining us wherever you are joining from. Welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you for being part of the program. Please like and share the program on all platforms. Share to family and friends. Share to everyone that is around you. Make sure you do everything possible for us to have a full house. We know that the enemy does not want us to preach. The enemy does not want our voice to be heard. But we will not allow them. The more they try to stop us, the more we continue. The more they try to oppress us in our platforms, the more we continue to fight more. So wherever you are watching this program from, I urge you to stand firm. Sit strong. Don't allow anybody to deceive you. The deceivers are going to come. The blackmailers are going to come. But you have to be stand still. A lot is going on as we speak. And more things are still going to happen. The only way we can overcome the challenges is by staying together. We must stay together as a family. We must stay together as a family. That is how we can be able to win the battle. Everyone of us can know that the country they called the zoo is not meant for everybody. Nigeria is not meant for everybody. And that is the truth. They continue to show us that Nigeria is not meant for everybody. And we continue to pretend it's meant for everybody. But I urge everyone that is watching to renew his or her mind. Renew your mind and face the reality of the day. I welcome every one of you wherever you are joining us from. Thank you for being part of the program. And we must continue to make sure that the message of Biafra gets to the end of the world. No matter what the enemy say, no matter what the enemy do, we will overcome them. Never give up. They are attacking us on our platform to see that we give up. They want to demoralize us, but we refuse to be demoralized. We refuse to be contacted. May Chukwu guide and protect everyone that is in this platform today. I protect you. I thank you for all the good things you have done. Thank you for your guidance, all the directions that's coming. We must win, and no propaganda or blackmail will stop Biafra. Here that
you have made history today. By the power conferred on me as the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile. And after you have voted for the open gate for the Biafra freedom, which is 100% vote, this charter has become a law. And shall be called the Biafra Helsinki Declaration 2011.
Biafra. So whether you like it or not, we are our freedom has been discussed and have been getting it 100%, and that's why we are going home. Biafra is declared.
My story, I'm here. Overlook it now. He got no photo. Me quehe. He get queria. My hair quero. I get queria.
They must surely hear from us. What we are doing today is an historical event, which from the eternity, which can never be abolished. The land of Finland has given us that platform, which we have stand and build our the pillar of freedom of Biafrans. We are the land of the future. Thank you for all your effort.
Thank you.
Let's go ahead.
fellow Biafrans, wherever you are, do not be discouraged. We have come to that time where we have to continue to speak. We have come to that time where the truth must be spoken. We have come to that time where we will not allow the propaganda of the enemy to deter us. I urge you, wherever you are watching me from, to please pay attention to what is going on. The blackmail of the enemy cannot be allowed. We cannot allow the enemy to blackmail us, the Biafran people. That is why we must continue to stand and speak for our freedom. We must continue to pursue the freedom of the Biafran people. No matter what the enemies are doing, no matter their lies and propaganda, we will not allow them to succeed. We have come to a time where everybody, every one of us, have to pay attention. We must pay attention to what is going on in the zoo, because the time for freedom have come, and we must rise up and embrace the freedom. You know that freedom only comes from abroad. Don't expect freedom to come from Nigeria. Do not expect the zoo to present anything for you. Do not expect that the zoo will do anything good for you. The freedom of the Biafran people lies in the hands of the Biafrans. We must continue to do everything humanly possible to see that Biafra is restored. We have come to that time where the only thing that matters to us is the restoration of Biafra. Do not allow them to catch you with their propaganda. Do not let their blackmail get to you. Do not pay attention to all their lies. The time has come in this new dimension that it has become clear that our freedom lies in our hands. And we must do everything humanly possible to see that Biafra comes. We are in a time where everything needs to be done, has to be done. Today, under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Samuel Ekpa, the Supreme Command of the Armed Forces of Biafra, every one of us must put our hands together and continue to support him. Because we know that Nigeria has nothing to offer us. Our freedom lies in our hands. There is no freedom in Nigeria. There is no freedom in Nigeria, no doubt and no peace. You cannot find freedom in Nigeria. Freedom comes from outside. And that is why we must support Biafran government. We must support Biafran government to celebrate our freedom.
I will be here to fight because freedom is not coming from Nigeria. Freedom is coming from abroad. Freedom is coming from the United Nations. Freedom is coming from Washington, D.C. Freedom is coming from the European Union. Freedom is not coming from Africa. Freedom is not coming from Nigeria. Freedom is not coming from Abuja. Freedom is coming from America. It's coming from Europe. You don't know that, know it. No matter how sad and bad it sounds. But that is a fact. So why should I go to Nigeria where freedom is not coming from? It's coming from here. I will be here. Biafra freedom will come from diaspora. I promised them for many years, since 2021. that I will bring the Biafra freedom from diaspora. I want you to look around yourself. Is it not coming from diaspora? They thought they have locked everywhere. If you go to Nigeria, they kill you. If you do, they will challenge you. Come to Nigeria, so we'll take you serious. Come to Nigeria. Because I will not come to Nigeria. If you want to die, go and put yourself in war. I will not come to Nigeria. I will be here to fight for my people, and I will be here and free my people from Nigeria. When Queen Elizabeth was controlling you in Nigeria and doing amalgamation, was she there? Was she there? Queen Elizabeth, the same Lugard, was she there? I will do like her. I will be here and free Biafra, and then I will come to unify Biafra people after Biafra has been recognized. I will be here to fight because freedom is not coming from Nigeria. Freedom is coming from abroad. Freedom is coming from the United Nations. Freedom is coming from Washington, D.C. Freedom is coming from European Union. Freedom is not coming from Africa. Freedom is not coming from Nigeria. Freedom is not coming from Abuja. Freedom is coming from America. It's coming from Europe. You don't know that, know it. No matter how sad and bad it sounds. But that is the fact. So why should I go to Nigeria where freedom is not coming from? It's coming from here. Thank you very much.
You have heard our Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa. The only place freedom is coming from is from the outside the zoo. You cannot find freedom in the zoological republic. That is the truth, no matter how bad it sounds. It is the truth, and we must accept it because that is the situation today. My fellow Biafrans that are watching, let us go now and see some updates that is coming from our Prime Minister, because it is our duty to bring things before you. We will not allow anything to lie. The world must hear us whether they like it or not. My fellow Biafrans, you can see why the Afonjas continue to pay their attention on us, why the Afonjas keep themselves busy by attacking Biafrans. Their own life is being decimated. You can see what I am sharing. This is a word of Akintoye, the leader of the Oduduwa group. This is Akintoye speaking. And look at what he posted. Herdsmen have killed over 29,000 Yoruba people. It is time to separate Yoruba nation from Nigeria. Professor Akintoye. This is Professor Akintoye calling on the Yoruba nation to rise up. But these Afonjas will never listen. They are busy focusing on the Biafran people. They think that the Biafrans are their problem. We are not your problem. We, the Biafrans, are not your problem. The earlier you understand this, the better for you. We are not your problem. The Fulanis are taking over your land. You are not concerned. You don't care. The Fulanis are taking over your land. You don't care. But you are busy attacking the Biafran people. If you go online, the only business they have online is Biafra. They talk about the Biafran people and what we are doing. It is sad, but that is the truth. A lot of evil is happening. None of them care about this. But where their own mind is only on talking against the Biafran people. That is where they channel their energy. The Afonjas, I mean. But look at what is happening in the Yoruba land. Herdsmen have killed over 29,000 Yoruba people. 29,000 is not a joke. We are talking about 29,000 human beings. 29,000 human beings. What you are seeing here is nothing to be, if it were to be in the Western world, it would be referred as genocide. But in the zoo, they take it as normal. Everybody going about their business. They don't care. In the zoo, they don't care. Instead, they are busy. They are busy gossiping about Simon, gossiping about the Biafrans. They are busy talking about the elephant. Look at their land. We must continue. And we must not allow their idiocy to affect us. The next one says Nigerian Army Chief Lagbaja raises alarm over drug abuse by troops deployed for operation. This is what the zoo is made up of. The Zoological Republic of Nigeria, their chief, Nigeria Chief of Army Staff, Army Chief Lagbaja. Army Chief is crying that drug abuse is one thing that is a common them. Are you surprised? Of course, when you gather criminals, you gather terrorists, give them uniform, and you send them against innocent people, you think they will go with their brain? When you are forcing them to go and commit crime, you think they will go with their brain? Some of them cannot do what they want them to do in their normal head. So they have to get themselves knocked off. They have to use something to induce themselves so that they can carry out your evil operation. You are crying. Who are you reporting to? Nigerian Army Chief Lagbaja raises alarm over drug abuse by troops. Who are you reporting to? If you cannot fight drug abuse among your military, is it me that will come and fight it for you? If you cannot do this, Lagbaja, if you can't, is it who are you reporting to? Are you calling the police to come and do it for you? Or are you calling who? Who are you reporting to? The zoo has ended. The zoo has ended. Every drama they are doing today is waste of time. The next one we see is a post. This post was made by somebody who claimed to be the wife of Nnamdi Kanu. The Jezebel that claimed to be the wife of Nnamdi Kanu made this post. Every one of us know who this man is. This is, everyone know Cho Ayuba, popular Ambazonian activist, the leader of the Ambazonian people. Cho Ayuba, everybody know him. Who is in alliance with Biafra. His alliance in Biafra. And the alliance started from Nnamdi Kanu. The supreme leader of IPOB was the person that started this alliance. But look at what somebody who claimed to be wife of Nnamdi Kanu is posting. This is an activist, somebody fighting for the freedom of his people. Somebody who Nnamdi Kanu have a handshake with, working with Nnamdi Kanu for the freedom of their people. Somebody who has gone into alliance with Biafrans for freedom. Look at what the Jezebel is posting. Immediately she heard that the man was arrested, without being sure, just like the way they celebrated when they heard that Mazen Samara was arrested. Meanwhile, it was an invitation. They began to celebrate. Today, look at what this woman is posting. The fate that awaits the Nigerians soon. He is trying to mock our prime minister and say that the same thing will happen to our prime minister. And look at what she wrote. There is something about hurting your people. So she's insinuating that Cho Ayuba is hurting his people. She is insinuating that Cho Ayoba fighting for the freedom of the Ambazonians is hurting the Igbo. So this woman means that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is hurting the Biafrans. If she can write this kind of thing against an activist who is fighting for their people, it means she's thinking the same thing as Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, because what this man is doing is what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu doing. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is doing the same thing Cho Ayoba is doing. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is on the same direction with Cho Ayoba. So if you can come and mock Cho Ayoba and say there is something about hurting your people, that he's hurting his people, it means you believe that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is hurting the Biafrans. Now Biafrans have known whom you are. You know you can run, but you can't hide. Every time you open your mouth, you disgrace yourself the more. You show the Biafrans who you are. These are the people that sold Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And she claimed to be the wife of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Look at what she put in. See what she's putting about an activist. Just imagine. And there is loneliness in its reckoning part. She was happy she heard that Cho Ayoba was arrested, and she posted it, breaking news. Ayaba Cho Lucas arrested. She posted it boldly with a caption. Every blessed day, this woman continued to expose herself. And I thank Chukwu Okukabiamu. When the gods will kill a man, they will make him or her deaf and dumb. Today, she has exposed herself who she is. As for Cho Ayoba is going to come out. She's going to come out. He's going to come out. He was arrested in Europe, not in Africa. Where he was arrested, they have human rights. They have freedom of speech. And as an activist, he can prove his case. This is not the first time he's been arrested abroad. And he's going to come out. Cho Ayoba is coming out. My fellow Biafrans, we must be consistent and focused. This is what she posted. And look at what our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa wrote. This is what somebody who called herself the wife to our supreme leader wrote. Now you understand that our supreme leader doesn't have a wife. And the Prime Minister said, tell the Chichi Ejiofor and Ifeanyi Oba Olosho that I have been there. Her ex-husband, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, have been there for the past 4 years. It is how it will end that matters, not what you encounter on the way. Continue to expose your complicity. Exactly. She's an accomplice. You have serviced Ejiofor and Ifeanyi Oba very well. I will be the last you will sabotage. I am not your ex. I am Simon Ekpa. In 2023, you all celebrated the news of Simon Ekpa arrest. Who is crying today after celebrating? It is still you and these, and those who took advantage of you thinking you are still together with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Of course, this criminal is no longer with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. She has been divorced a long time ago, but she will continue to parade herself. That is why we are praying that soon Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will come out and everything will be exposed. The next one is the Zoological Republic. You see the idiotic vice president, Shitima. This is a criminal, the man that formed Boko Haram finally made his way to United Nations. That is why you see all these international communities are just there. How can you believe that the founder of Boko Haram will speak in United Nations? Somebody that found a terrorist group today is speaking in the United Nations. They gave him platform to speak. And what did he have to say? Nothing. Only to attack the state of Israel. He is in the United Nations asking for the freedom of the Palestine. At the same time, he is holding Biafra captive. You have some people in your own doorstep. You have not set them free. You are asking the state of Israel to leave their land for someone else. Now you see the hypocrisy of these bastards. But I don't blame him. I blame the United Nations that gave him the platform. I blame the United Nations that gave him the platform for him to go and speak. And Nigeria, the zoo we pay dearly for the speech this animal have made. The zoo we pay. The zoo we pay for what this idiot has done. They don't know the consequence of what they are doing. They don't know the part they are trading. Maybe you don't know. The state of Israel does not play. They are not Biafrans that you can bully and talk anyhow to. Very soon, in the near future, you are going to see the consequence of your speech in the United Nations. Somebody that formed Boko Haram, a leader of terrorist group, coming to United Nations to speak, and they are allowing him. It is a shame and sad, but that is what we see, and that is what the planet Earth has become. We must continue. As we go on, every one of us must know that the Biafran government is not looking back. Biafran government is making progress every blessed day. This is another meeting that was held. Biafra Republic Government in Exile, Minister for Finance in Kere, discussed Biafra independent with U.S. Senator Ted. This is a senator in the U.S., Ted Cruz. Senator Ted Cruz discussing with our finance minister on the freedom of Biafra. These are high-level meetings and discussions. And this is what is making the Zoological Republic afraid. This is what is making the zoo shake. Because they can see what is coming. They know that today, it is a different ballgame. Biafrans are not relenting. They are scared that the US is going to recognize Biafra. And it is going to happen, whether they fear it or not. Look at the high-level meeting going on in DC on behalf of Biafra. The person you are seeing there is our finance minister, Nkere, posing with a picture with Senator Ted Cruz, a U.S. Senator, Ted Cruz. The lobby continues, and we will get there. This is another picture. Still our finance minister engaging people. Biafra finance minister Ogechukwu Nkere had the chance to have a friendly exchange with Congressman Matt Gaetz, a well-known member of Congress. That is the lobby going on. Member of the Congress of the United States having a picture with our finance minister discussing Biafra. Today, it is no longer standing on the street. We are moving ahead. This is another engagement in DC, also United States. More engagements are going on. This one says Biafra Program in Exile, finance minister, and a delegation of Biafra Americans met with Congressman Tom Ken in Washington, D.C. to discuss Biafra and the Biafra Republic of Exile as well as many issues pertaining to the Nigerian government. This is a follow-up to the previous meeting with Congressman Ken. During this substantive and detailed discussion, the congressman provided very helpful advice, insights, suggestions. In addition, the delegation provided information to the congressman regarding the Biafran American community in New Jersey. The delegation appreciated the congressman's friendly engagement and hospitality. You can see how the Biafran government is lobbying in all ramifications, meeting people that matters in the United States. These meetings are very, very important and crucial as we approach and draw close to our independence. My fellow Biafrans that are watching, every one of us must be strong. Do not be distracted and do not be deceived. No matter what happens, no matter what you see, no matter what you hear, don't be deceived. Don't allow the enemies to deceive you. Do not allow the blackmailers to deceive you. They will always come from different angles, from different corners. They will come with their propaganda. They will come with their blackmail. But anytime they come, never give up. Do not give up. Do not give up. Continue to stand on the truth. Nothing but the truth. We must overcome. And I want to play a record that we're going to use today for our program. Let us listen to this very discussion that is going on here. It is very important. Let us pay attention to this very video. We are going to use it to conclude our broadcast today because a lot is happening and we will continue to bring information to the government. Let us pay attention and hear what this man is going to say on this very video.
Dom Ferguson, Mr. Fanemo is saying that the Southeastern actors, stakeholders, have not done enough in doing the underground work and negotiating on his behalf to get him out of incarceration. Now, is it that they've not done enough, or that this particular administration is being dogged or stubborn, for lack of a better word, in order to keep him in prison for a certain reason? There are different speculations on what this certain reason could be, but I'll pose that to you in this way, just to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, thank you. You see, Nnamdi Kanu's case is complicated, quite intricate. It cannot compare with Sunday Igboho or any other person. Why did I say so? Number one is that Nnamdi Kanu is standing on a certain platform, an ideology. He's not standing on nothing. He's standing on something that has been existing. He's standing on existence. What do I say so? And the federal government, the actors and people responsible for his incarceration are not just people who are dealing with Nnamdi Kanu based on the certain charges like treason. They put it as maybe a political vengeance or whatsoever. No, the people that is working and trying to get a pound of flesh are the people who either got wounded, got bruised, who have suffered loss on what Nnamdi Kanu is standing. Like number one, all the people that are trying and charging, both in the courts, both in the executive, both in the parliament, are people who, majority of them, are the people that were part of what brought Nnamdi Kanu to this level. I'm talking about Nigerian Civil War.
I agree with him partially on this, that the people today that are holding Nnamdi Kanu captive, making sure that he's not released, people who are manipulating on different things altogether, these are the same people that committed genocide in Biafra land, who were part of the pogrom that led to the civil war. These are the people still fighting. And that is why we say that the civil war has not ended. It did not end. When you hear them say no victor, no vanquish, it is all a lie. The same people are still very much around today, and they are the same people that are still making sure that Biafra stay down. The civil war did not end. It has continued since 1967 up to today as you are listening to me. And the same people are the people today that are making sure Nnamdi Kanu does not get freedom. They are the people that are kidnapping. Their hand is there, and they are the one. I agree with him on that. Let's listen.
Let's fought the war. And it will be very bad for him to sit there and listen to anybody who wants to remind him what he suffered in the war front. Even though Tinubu did not go to war, but he partook in it as an adult as of that time. Anybody who participates or who were alive or who were young or who has already become an adult between 1967 to 1970 will tell you, will be so angry, will be so furious, will demand the execution of Nnamdi Kanu. I'm telling the truth. But just because if this happened during the military regime, he would have been executed and be killed without anything happening. What we're talking about is we are in democracy. But fortunately, all the people who are persecuting and prosecuting Nnamdi Kanu are people who participated in that unjustified program called war. Therefore, it will be very, very difficult. The only way that this thing can be solved is Nnamdi Kanu to be battered to submission. For now, Nnamdi Kanu they believe that they have not been battered to submission. If anybody telling you that
Nnamdi Kanu has not submitted to their desire, and what is that submission is talking about? To denounce the struggle. What they want Nnamdi Kanu to do is to deny the struggle. Now you understand why Mazi Simon ever said that we must focus on holding up to the restoration of Biafra. When our Prime Minister said that the reason Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped is nothing but to stop Biafra, now you understand. When you compare that word spoken by our Prime Minister and what this man is saying, you will now understand that the reason why Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped was only to stop Biafra. And from what this man is saying here, it also confirmed that word of our Prime Minister. And what are they saying? That Nnamdi Kanu should denounce Biafra and get his freedom. That is what some of them are advising him. And our Supreme Leader Nnamdi Kanu has never and will never denounce Biafra. I want you to hear this.
They want to close everything down. And they think by doing that, Nnamdi Kanu will come out. Never. Never. I don't know who is advising them. Never. They think by shutting ESN down, they think by shutting the movement down, they think by closing everything Nnamdi Kanu was doing is going to bring him out. Never. Let me tell you, from the beginning, I told them, don't ever allow your enemy to know you are afraid of losing something. Anytime your enemy know you are afraid of losing something, they are going to come for that thing. Today, they are shutting down everything Nnamdi Kanu has done. And when you talk, they say, you that is preaching like Nnamdi Kanu don't want Nnamdi Kanu to come out. Let me tell you, first of all, you need to know why Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. I want to, you see, this life, the brain some of us have is not something you go to school. And okay, let me just use something to give example. You know, when we talk about lawyers, lawyer profession is not, you don't practice law with what you learn from the school. Passing through law school, getting law degree is different. It's different from the field itself. It completely two different things, opposite of the field. Of course, you're gonna ground yourself on that, but practicing is different. It doesn't matter whether your own practice in the court or whether your own practice is not in court. It does not matter, but it is completely different. Also, giving legal advice is completely different from what you see in the school. So now, when we come to talk about the struggle, do you know the reason why Nnamdi Kanu was abducted in the first place? You don't know. Okay, now let me tell you. The reason Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped is only one reason. One reason. To end Biafra struggle. That's all. There is no other reason why he was kidnapped from Kenya.
Did you hear him clearly? And now you see this man who called himself a legal advisor advising Nnamdi Kanu to fall into that trap and denounce Biafra. And he's saying that only that alone will make them raise Nnamdi Kanu. Of course, what they want is for Nnamdi Kanu to do that. That's why they have pushed Nnamdi Kanu to speak against Simon Ekpa. But unfortunately, it is too late. And Simon Ekpa gave the dirty blow on them when he said, "We will not take any order from the DSS." That was where he ended all this bullshit. But look at the line of thought of a man. He is suggesting that Nnamdi Kanu should denounce Biafra and get his freedom. These are the people who are only concerned about themselves. They are not concerned about the poor masses. The same people who come and tell you about Mandela, tell you about Gandhi. Today they are telling Nnamdi Kanu to surrender. It is a shame.
Something have not been going, underground. The person is lying. I am part of negotiating teams. I am part of the consultants towards Nnamdi Kanu's everything before he was
consultant. So you are part of those who is telling him to hands off the struggle. You are part of those telling Nnamdi Kanu to surrender. Sorry, you have failed. This is the kind of negotiation.
And before he was incarcerated, many of us prophesied, many of us predicted that a time like this will come. You see, if you look at Ojukwu, let's bring Ojukwu's case, who is President Nnamdi Kanu is standing on what he started. During Ojukwu, when he was in exile, a lot of people were moving from here to Ivory Coast to talk and to negotiate. And when NPN discovered that they might lose the election, that UPN is encroaching in Southeast and South-South, and the NPP is holding this and that, they were afraid that something might happen. So what NPN did was to send people and to negotiate with people who have a sincere mind, just like your guest there said that it's a showman show. People who actually want to get hold of Igbo land, the Igbo politician like Dr. K. Ombadi were Arabia.
You see his example, the way they deceived Ojukwu. He is talking about the way they deceive our eternal leader. They deceive him into going to involve himself in politics. He came back, he got involved in politics, and they disgraced him. That is what he's encouraging Nnamdi Kanu to go and do. Nnamdi Kanu is a good listener. He has learned from the mistake of others. The politicians went to negotiate for Ojukwu because they knew that their party was failing. Then they went and they convinced Ojukwu, deceived him, brought him into Nigeria. And when he came back, Ojukwu did not want anything again in the government. Even he contested election, he could not even win his own word. They destroyed the image of Ojukwu. But if our eternal leader has stayed abroad, continue to even stay exiled, forget about it, raise a guerrilla warfare against the Nigeria. By now, we have gone very, very far than where we are. We would have gone very, very far. If our eternal leader has stayed and raised a guerrilla warfare against Nigeria, it should have been much better. But they went and deceived him. They brought him into politics and they disgraced him. That is what he wants Nnamdi Kanu to do. You are giving an example of a failure. You want Nnamdi Kanu to fail, but sorry, Nnamdi Kanu is not Dim Odumegwu Ojukwu. Likewise, Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra, is not Nnamdi Kanu. It is a different ballgame.
For Osisi and others who want to get hold and to convince the Igbos that they are standing in for their, for their good. They discussed and negotiated with Shagari to grant Ojukwu pardon, and also entered into agreement with Ojukwu that when you come, you should enter NPN. But then Ojukwu have been logging to the home. Ojukwu have been negotiating to the home. He fought for it, he agreed. And immediately he come back, he not joined the NPP. The Igbos were expecting him to join NPP, Nigeria People's Party, which is headed by Igbo man, Nnamdi Kanu of that time. So immediately he came back, he disappointed them and joined NPN. And even contested the election. And they put a banana peel for him. That a non-figure, defeated him in senatorial election.
They defeated him in election. They deceived him, brought him in, put him in politics, and he failed woefully, even in his own unit. And that is the kind of step you want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to take, to join politics, agree with their negotiation. That is what he wanted to do. I don't know where people are getting your brain from.
So based on that, notwithstanding, but he was granted pardon, and he came in form of Ojukwu front a lot of me to convince and to please the people that granted him that pardon. But then Nnamdi Kanu is not a Ojukwu, he's not yielding to some of the overtures being made to him. But
he will never yield to it. Nnamdi Kanu, you said it right. He is not Ojukwu, and he will never yield to all this their nonsense. You want him to yield, right? He will never yield to their lies and blackmail and deceit. He will not.
I will agree in any terms and come out of that detention, that incarceration.
That is you. Cowards will always do that. They will agree with any terms and come out. You agree with any terms and come out. Not this time. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu know we are at the doorstep. And he has done his own job, by the way. The person that is in charge of the restoration of Biafra today is Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in the forefront, holding his own barrack in the court, speaking for Biafra. You want him to hands off. Did Mandela hands off? Did Gandhi hands off? Every other person did their hands off. The people you are revering today as heroes. But you want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to hands off.
I will come out of that place first. It's the man that is alive that can be able to fight. He said he will fight and run away and come back. He can do a better fight. So I will have Nnamdi Kanu to stop talking and his followers to stop talking. There are another angle there. I have been telling them, look, if you kill one of
Nnamdi Kanu stop talking and followers stop talking. You are dreaming. We will not stop talking. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will never stop talking. We, the followers, will never stop talking. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, will continue to give you people woto.
Nnamdi Kanu, under Nnamdi Kanu will see what they will capitalize and lay hand upon to spring up. But the problem is that the people who are suffering it are the Southeasterners, not even South. Only that 5 states that is suffering. They are suffering economically. They are losing so many criminals are spring up from here and there. Criminals within Igbo land, criminals outside Igbo land are capitalizing on this Nnamdi Kanu to begin to foment a lot of trouble. Let me tell you, somebody came up to tell her that he has a private army. The federal government engaged him as a missionary. Let's don't go far. That Buhari engaged him and employed him as a missionary. And he bragged, he boasted, I slaughtered them. I went to Anambra, I killed them. I went this and that, I finished them. Nothing happened. He said he was employed by the federal government. As Ali Bekobo said it, he was employed. Today he's still brandishing AK-47, guns and everything, and even visited Ashurok and stayed in the seat of government to grant interview and warn anybody who will come, against his support to Mr. President. Therefore, it will be difficult. Oh my!
That is it. You should be concerned about somebody like Asare Dakobo, not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is one thing that is confusing about this group. When you see them speak, you see the cowardice in their voice. If you're not a coward, how can you be telling Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to accept that condition? He will not. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knows what he's doing. He is there to fight for the Biafran people, and he will be there until Biafra is freed. Everyone that is watching us, I want you to know that today we have somebody who is capable to do the job. And the Prime Minister, very, very clear. He is a man for the job. And no amount of your propaganda or blackmail will stop him. He is more than ready to do the job. And I want you to remember that our supreme leader, Nnamdi Kanu, said, we will not stop. If you think we will stop, think again. We are not going to stop.
And we are not going to stop. I want the world to understand me very clearly. We are not going to stop. It doesn't matter what it takes. It doesn't matter how many lives they extinguish. It doesn't matter the genocidal tendencies they bring with them into our land. We are not going to stop. Everybody listening, everybody watching, everybody remotely interested in justice and peace must understand this. Our destination is freedom, and that very place we're heading to is Biafra. And nobody, no soul on this earth can stop us. Instead of Biafra not to come, we all perish. I want our adversaries, our enemies to understand this very, very clearly. We are not going to retreat, not one iota, not 1 inch, because Biafra must come. Because the hatred has continued to this very day. As I'm speaking and addressing all of you right now, they are still arresting, extrajudicially murdering people in our land, people who are alien to our culture, our way of life, our tradition. They are in our land directing their people to slaughter, to kill without mercy. Unfortunately, those we regard as political leaders have connived with these people to ensure the decimation of their own population. That is the type of nonsense we can no longer condone, as you all know.
You have heard our supreme leader, Nnamdi Kanu. His words are clear and plain. We will not stop. We are going to continue to fight for our freedom until we are completely free. Wherever you are as a Biafran, tighten up your belt. Tighten up your belt. Freedom doesn't come cheap. Nobody goes serve you freedom in Alakata. No. You have to fight for it. It takes sacrifice to be free. And that is why we must do everything humanly possible to be free.
I will be here. Biafra freedom will come from diaspora. I promised them for many years, since 2021, that I will bring the Biafra freedom from diaspora. I want you to look around yourself. Is it not coming from diaspora? Ejiofor promised them he's in charge of IPO. Where is he today? He's gone. I want you to understand, mark my word now. Once Nnamdi Kanu is out, IPOB is gone, dissolved, completely dissolved. Mark my word. Every person today that is fighting me on the other side will be gone. I want you to mark this day. Mark this word I'm telling you now. Every one of them will be gone.
Do not trouble yourself. The IPOB Nigeria is gone already. They are gone. All we are waiting is for Nnamdi Kanu to come out and make the announcement that he's going to do it. We are not in a haste. That is why we are focusing on the restoration of Biafra. You can see the exploit the Biafran people are doing, the Liberation Army are doing, the government of Biafra is doing, the lobbying group are doing. Everything is going on normal. But the IPOB in Nigeria, knowing that they have but a little time, they devote their time in fighting the government of Biafra. But they have already failed, and they will continue to fail. We are focusing on where the freedom is coming from. Freedom does not come from Nigeria. Freedom comes from abroad. And that is why the Biafran government is focusing from that area where the freedom is going to come from. That is where our focus is. And we'll continue to do that. Every Biafra must focus. Support the Liberation Army of Biafra. And I bet you we must be free, because our freedom is not in Nigeria.
I will be here to fight, because freedom is not coming from Nigeria. Freedom is coming from abroad. Freedom is coming from the United Nations. Freedom is coming from Washington, D.C. Freedom is coming from the European Union. Freedom is not coming from Africa. Freedom is not coming from Nigeria. Freedom is not coming from Abuja. Freedom is coming from America. It's coming from Europe. You don't know that, know it. No matter how sad and bad it sounds. But that is the fact. So why should I go to Nigeria where freedom is not coming from? It's coming from here. I will be here. Biafra freedom will come from diaspora. I promised them for many years, since 2021, that I will bring the Biafra freedom from diaspora. I want you to look around yourself. Is it not coming from diaspora? They thought they have locked everywhere. If you go to Nigeria, they kill you. If you do, they will challenge you. Come to Nigeria, so we'll take you serious. Come to Nigeria. Because I will not come to Nigeria. If you want to die, go and put yourself on hold up. I will not come to Nigeria. I will be here to fight for my people, and I will be here and free my people from Nigeria. When Queen Elizabeth was controlling you in Nigeria and doing amalgamation, was she there? Was she there? Queen Elizabeth, the same Londugard, was she there? I will do like her. I will be here and free Biafra, and then I will come to unify Biafra people after Biafra has been recognized. I will be here to fight because freedom is not coming from Nigeria. Freedom is coming from abroad. Freedom is coming from the United Nations. Freedom is coming from Washington, D.C. Freedom is coming from the European Union. Freedom is not coming from Africa. Freedom is not coming from Nigeria. Freedom is not coming from Abuja. Freedom is coming from America. It's coming from Europe. You don't know that, know it. No matter how sad and bad it sounds. But that is the fact. So why should I go to Nigeria where freedom is not coming from? It's coming from here. Thank you very much.
Freedom is not coming from the zoo. It is coming from abroad. And that is where our Prime Minister is. My fellow Biafrans, thank you so much for being part of the program today. I appreciate everyone that has participated on this program. Thank you for being part of the program. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for joining. If you have not yet shared, please share. I'm going to see you again tomorrow by the grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect every one of you Biafrans wherever you are. Stay strong and continue to support the Biafran government the best way you can. And Chukwu Okike Abiama will bless you. Thank you so much. Stay safe. See you again next time.
Biafra Republic! Biafra Republic!
Biafra na-enwe ọṅụ. Ụmụ Israel na-enwe ọṅụ. Ọnwụ ka anyị ji ana. Ọnwụ ka anyị ji ana. Hey! Na so, anyị ala. Ụmụ Biafra n'ala. Anyị na-ala n'ala nsọ. Ngwanụ ka anyị lawa. Aka kpuchi ọnwa. Aka kpuchi ọnwa. We are unstoppable. We are indefatigable. Ebe anyị nọ bụ obodo ọma. The 14 states of Biafra. Ngwanụ. Anyị ana. Ihe Chidere odego ya. Chidere anyị Biafra. Anyị alawala. Ma ndị nọ n'obodo oyibo, ma ndị nọ na Naịjirịa, ma ndị nọ na mba ụwa ọzọ dị iche iche. Obi kadawala. Ọ na-akpanyụ n'ugwu na ndịda. Oge ụnụ anyị erugo. Webe ọṅụ. Webe ọṅụ. Webe ọṅụ. Eluigwe na-enwe ọṅụ. Aha. Ayapo. Ayapo. Ana Maria. Yeah. Naso. Bayaba. Ah. Yeah. Yeah, sugar. Wire. Now, so we don't do am. Papa Jimmy, I'm wire. Mama Bala Megua. Wire. Umaka, Biafra, Mama. Ayanano. Obodo Mayo. Obodo Braina Kwa. Ekene. Oh, Tito did not basik you. Ege chiteka abịamụra. Onye na-etinye ụzọ, ebe ụzọ na-adịghị. Odumala. Biafra, omen, ụna.